Oh, hot damn, everybody. How you doing? Apex After Dark here. Hello, I am Apex Comics, my co-host Devil Flyer, and our special guest, Dark Gift Comics, Anthony Romano. Let's give us a round of applause, everybody. Hello,
What's
hello,
up?
hello.
What's up?
Hey, hey. All right. Well, if people will be joining the chat soon,
Oh yeah.
they'll see the links that I have described here. We have Hunting Alice, and you have the Cromniverse. And what else do you have going on your hot plate?
Um, well, we have Lightbringer Genesis,
Oh, that's
written
right.
by Ian Liz Scochill and drawn by Vic King.
And that's getting ready
Which,
to fulfill, isn't it?
yeah, I'm just waiting on some more pages from Vic so I can letter them, and
Oh, okay.
then I'd like to say I'd have all the files ready by the end of the week to go to the printer and then see where we stand from there. So that's the goal, is like, by Mother's Day I'm hoping to have all the files done. So we'll
Oh,
see.
hell, that'd be great. Dang. So anyway, how did you get started into comics?
How did I get started into comics? Like doing them, or just like a fan
Well,
in general?
both being a fan and producing your own books.
Well,
Monster, how you doing, Under Monster? Yes. Vicky Verse, hail, hi, how you doing?
hey
Captain
Vicky.
Courtney Spock, Al, hi to you. All right. Well, anyway, was it like a kid?
I guess I was kind of like always into comics. I think that was just like a thing of our generation. Well, I don't know Double Flyer that I know is a little older than I am. I don't know how old you are,
I'm older
but
than Devil Flyer.
no, you're not.
I am.
I'm 56.
I'm 59.
Yeah.
Really?
Fountain of Youth.
He
Man.
doesn't look like it, does it?
No, not at all.
Thank you. God bless you.
Clean living.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 46, so
I
I
think.
mean, I knew you were about a decade older. I knew Devil Flyer was like a decade
Yeah.
older. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 years.
Comic books keep me young. There you go.
yeah,
So
like
that's gonna happen to you guys if you're watching. Comic books you'll have eternal youth forever.
I remember what you call it, like just always having comics. So I remember not to get like super personal, but I do remember when I was really young, like 3 or 4.
Wow.
Yeah, like there was an incident where my mom and dad were split, and my father showed up, and I guess he was drunk. I didn't notice. You know what I mean? Like
Dad.
You
but,
didn't know
yeah,
what drunk was.
right. But I guess my mom thought like seeing him like that would be like traumatizing. So she took me to for like 2 weeks, took me to like this like hour like kids like session. You know what I mean?
Wow.
With like and I remember the building, and it was fun. Like I do remember like going, and like she had the chick had me paint and stuff, and
Oh, wow.
and I think she turned around to my mom finally after like a week or two and was like, I can't continue to take your money. There's nothing wrong with this kid. Like, I don't even think he realized what was going on. She's like, I believe I remember she even made a joke like, maybe I should talk with you. I think this bothered you
Right?
more than it bothered him. But every day that we would go, I remember like stopping at the store and getting a comic. But like, it wasn't like I was collecting. It was just like my mom bought me a comic, right?
Yeah.
So
Hey, there's 2 likes. In fact, people watching, please like, subscribe, ring bell for notifications. By the way, oh, and Another Monster just started his YouTube channel, so subscribe to Another Monster today if you can. Doesn't hard.
nice.
Just click, like, subscribe, ring bell for notifications, so you'll get every video Another Monster makes. So thanks, Another Monster. Have I made him a mod? I think I did. Are you modded, Another Monster? Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
He looks modded. Yeah, he looks
Okay,
modded.
good. Okay, thanks. Yeah.
So, and then I remember the first time I tried drawing, tracing really, was the Captain. I think I told this with Devil Flyer on. It was a Captain America comic book.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
And I was tracing the cover, and I forget who he was fighting on the cover.
Can you remember the issue number by hand?
No, I can see the cover in my head. I feel like, was there a character like named like Anaconda or something like that wore like a black and purple outfit? I feel like that's who it was.
Now this would have been what, in
No,
the
I think it was
80s,
the
the
Diamondback.
70s?
That's Diamondback.
Diamondback.
No,
Thank you. Yes.
in-
It was.
In the 80s?
It was 80s. We were still living in Brooklyn. And we were on
Frank Frazetta territory as well as a lot of other artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Comes
think
from Brooklyn.
yeah, it was we lived in Brooklyn. We were on 15th Street, I think. We were living with my grandparents. I remember that.
Mhm.
So my sister was born. So I was probably like 5 or 6.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I just remember my grandfather, actually maybe older, maybe it was like 6 or 7, because I think she was walking, and there's 4 years between us. But that's regardless. So it was probably like 83.
Oh yeah,
83, 80, yeah.
Good year for comics.
I think Mike
Yeah.
Zeck was drawing Captain America at the time.
That's exactly what I was thinking in my head. Mike Zeck was just
Mike
then
Zeck.
getting.
I want to
You know,
say it was Mike
Yeah.
Zeck too. Yeah.
That's Mike Zeck.
But I remember my grandfather turning around to me and saying, that's not how you trace. Because I did it, I put the paper on top of the cover.
I
And,
remember you saying that. Yeah.
yeah. And I said, and I was, I'm 6 or 7 years old. I'm confused as fuck. I'm like, what do you mean that's not how you trace? It's exactly the definition of tracing. Like, and he's like, no. He's like, take the paper and put it under the cover. And then he took the pencil away and he gave me a ballpoint pen.
Mm-hmm.
And I still remember the pen because he worked for 9X Telephone Company. It was one of those old oval ballpoint click pens, and it had the logo. Anyway, and he's like, now press real hard and just trace the outline of
Just
the image
On the comic book.
It out.
Yeah.
Cut a hole.
Good to tell you my comic, Dad. Thanks.
Right. Like my grandfather, didn't really know much about like comic collecting, but
No.
and at the time, neither did I. To be honest with you, I probably like threw them around, and you know what I mean.
Sure.
Like,
I ragged my first ones out too.
Yeah. So it was probably raggedy already. In my mind, it was pristine, but I'm sure it was raggedy.
Yeah.
What you call it? So I pressed real hard and traced it, and then he took the paper out and he took the comic away and he put the paper down in front of me, and like the indent on the paper was right there, and he's like, you see where it's imprinted on the paper, and I was like, yeah. He's like, now fill it in from memory, and that was my first drawing lesson.
Wow.
It was from my grandfather, and
That's something.
That's a great.
and
memory.
then a year later, I think is when Aha's "Take on Me" video came out,
I love that video.
and I was like, "That's it." I want to like at that point in my life, I was like, "I want to draw comics,"
Mhm.
and that's what I did. I just drew and drew and drew and drew and drew. But then I got into music, and life went in a whole other way for a long time. But I always collected. What got me into collecting, I guess I was in middle school. I was here in Jersey. I was in middle school, and my buddy was reading an X-Men. I forget what issue, but he was reading X-Men on the bus going to school, and I was like, "What's that?" Because again, I had read comics, but I never saw the X-Men.
Mhm.
And he was like, "That's the X-Men." Blah blah blah. So, and then he was a collector, and I was like, "Oh no way!" And he goes, "Here, read it." So I took it home, I read it, and I fell in love with it. And then I said, "Where can I get the X-Men?"
more of this.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
boy.
he's like, "There's a comic shop like right down the road from us." And I was like, "Get out of town." And we would just bike every day.
There's shops
like-
where you can go get comics.
You could find at 7-Eleven back in the day.
Right, that's where I got Walden books and
I miss those days. Damn it, bring it back now.
Oh, you had Walden books too. Yeah. I used to get,
Right.
like I told today, little digest. They were novels, and they might have a chapter picture or something, if that. but they were novels, and some of those were actually later adapted into comics.
Yeah.
You know, from the books. But
Mo Biggs
Walden
would be
books
happy
were
to
great.
know that my grandfather could sing like a motherfucker,
Really?
and he was an idiot savant with music too.
Only his grandpa
Hey,
being able to
Mo.
pull him aside. That's not how you sing. Mo Biggs, everybody. Hey.
Yeah,
Mark Stein.
yeah. My grandfather could totally like
Comics. Hello. Yeah.
pick up a guitar, doesn't know how to read music, or sit
Yeah.
at a piano and just hammer out the worst sounding shit you ever heard in your life. Go outside, drink a cup of coffee, eat a cookie, smoke a cigarette, come back in and start playing White Christmas. And then you realize that whole hour of like god awful noise was him
Limbering
figuring
up.
out, just figuring out what the notes were. And then going outside, thinking about it, and then coming back in and then just playing it. And that's where I got my ear for
Kind of
music.
how Vic draws, Vic King, he's
Yeah.
like, well, let me think about that. And and what's amazing, he can think about something as he's drawing something else.
That's pretty good.
I couldn't do that. My mind doesn't work that way.
It takes what experience. I could do it pretty much. I've been drawing for a long time. Once you get that muscle working in your brain, you're able to project it on paper. It takes time, but references also helps. So if you're stumbling, get a reference material so you can look at it. That's what I say.
Hey, Captain Cockney.
Captain Cockney Spock, everyone. And subscribe to Captain Cockney Spock and Mo Biggs if he has a channel, and Tarks9 has a channel, and all those guys. My local Walden Books was in Forest Hills, Queens. Plus, we had Barnes and Noble and an independent comic book store. Shout out New York City, 1990. Hello. Yeah, he's from New Zealand. So.
Oh, wow. So did you went to a comic book shop? It was an actual comic book shop? Or?
You went there?
No, Anthony.
No, I mean,
yeah. No, I was in New Zealand. No, he said he was talking about Forest Hill, Queens. I was like, I know where that Walden Books is.
So he was in New York. Okay, my bad. Yeah.
But no, I did. So I was introduced to this local comic book. It was called John's Comics and Stuff.
Oh,
wow. And the guy John, he looked like the dude from The Simpsons, but
Homer?
Comic book guy?
No, the comic book guy.
Oh,
but acted more like I don't know, like the dude was a little greasier. You know what I mean? Like I learned a lot of my perverted humor from that guy.
Like Quagmire or somebody like that, or
yeah. Like what you call it? It was a little. Like I said, we could ride our bikes. Like I would ride. It would take me 3 minutes to ride my bike to my house to Al's house, and then from Al's house to the comic shop was a 5-minute bike ride. You know, geez. And like, and then we wound up working there for store credit at the time. And at the time, it was $6. He was paying us $6 an hour in store credit. That's and
that's gold.
Minimum wage was $4.15.
When they were probably about $1 a piece or less.
Yeah. It was right in that phase where like it went from 75 to $1. And then some issues were like $1.25, $1.50 if they were like giant size, you know? Yeah. So like at the end, and we were there like every day, and we were just helping him like bag, because back then, I don't know about your local shops, but the local shops in my area would bag and board their comics, like even the new ones.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, to keep them in good shape.
Yeah, so we would sit there and
that's
bag
something about comics. They devalue real quick, when abused. Just a little bit.
Yeah, just take care of them. It'll be worth a lot more.
Yeah, so we sat there and we bag and boarded all the new issues when they came in. When he would bring, we would organize the back issue boxes and just be there like 4 or 5 hours a day. The two, me and my buddy, and we were like 13, right? So he couldn't pay us anyway if he wanted to.
Yeah.
So he was just getting free labor, and we were getting free comics, like so. And like I mean, literally walking out of there with anywhere from 50 to 100 comic books a week.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Man. Yeah.
And then when he sold the place to this guy Chris, who was a little younger, a little bit more of a metalhead kind of guy, and like I don't want to say biker, but his girlfriend or wife, I don't remember if they were married. but she looked like a biker chick. She looked like out of like an 80s metal, like hair metal video.
Yeah, or the Easy Rider magazines, maybe.
Yeah.
One of those.
And she, they bought the place and they kept us on, and we were getting older. So that at some point we were starting to take like half cash, half credit.
Right.
And he was doing conventions. So like he'd go do a convention and like take one of us with him, and the other one would stay with the girlfriend. Because she knew nothing about comics. She just basically sat at the front counter and ran the register. And like if people came in, we were like, whoever was the one in the store working the store that day would be like, okay, this is this, blah blah blah. And yeah, so that was like really my foray into it. And then like I said, I got into music, and then kind of the art and the collecting started to die off, and I got into bands. It was just like a switch in loves, I guess.
Yeah.
What comics stick out in your mind that came out that you were really excited about during that time? And what a length of time was that, Anthony, that you were there helping in the shops?
87 to 93.
Okay. Wow, good.
Yeah, they're good years.
Good chunk of time there.
I started in junior high, like I said, I was like 13, like 7th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade,
Wow.
and then probably continued until I was like a sophomore in high school. Yeah.
So what books really stand out in that time, that you were excited when they hit the stands and whatnot that you might have? Did you get to use your credit and partial money or whatever for new releases?
Oh yeah. I mean, the 3 big ones of the time: Spider-Man #1, X-Men #1, and X-Force #1. Those,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those were like especially Spider-Man #1. I was huge.
Not all of them, but yeah.
Some different covers and all that.
Yeah, like the platinum cover and the regular
black cover and the regular cover. Those are going up in price too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I was a huge McFarlane fan.
Oh yeah.
The Death of Superman was another one, and it was funny. We sold out of that like the day that I was at the convention, working the convention, and when we got back to the shop, we were sold out. And I remember like being like upset, and my grandfather again knows nothing about comic collecting, but knew that I was into comic collecting.
Wow.
Drove to Pennsylvania. Found the shop out in Pennsylvania that had the polybagged, black polybagged.
With the armband and all that.
Yeah. And bought it for like literally within the first week. I think people were selling it already for like $30. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
He went out and got that for me, and I still have that to this day. Never opened it. Never opened the polybag.
Me too. Yeah, I just keep it in the box. It's like, here it is. It's protected. Heck yeah, man.
Yeah. And then I kind of dipped out in the late 90s. Like I was still reading and collecting a little bit. But like I said, I got into music. After X-Men was my big thing, right? So after Age of Apocalypse, I just felt like everything went to shit. Like, and especially when they ripped the adamantium from Wolverine.
Yeah, where he had the bone claws.
Yeah, I was like, bone claws.
We're talking about
about that today. How is that possible if adamantium is not breakable?
Unbreakable, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Walden Books, and I mentioned that they had a little Avengers Digest novel, and that later was adapted into at least 1 or 2 Avenger issues. Maybe when George Perez was drawing it, I can't remember, but they went up against Ultron, and that's how they stopped him, was poured some molten adamantium over him, and once it sets up at room temperature, it's unbreakable, but as long as it remains molten, it's fluid, just like you saw in the Wolverine movie, in the X-Men movie, where they had some in the vat, and he put that in Lady Deathlock or whatever and filled her up with it,
Oh yeah, Deathstrike, yeah.
Or Deathstrike, yeah.
I mean, what really bothered me, like, because if you go back prior to that, all renditions of his claws are flat like blades.
Yeah.
It's
And-
true.
And it
Yeah.
varies from artist to artist,
really
doesn't it,
does.
Anthony? I
Yeah.
mean, some can have them here, and I've seen some, way out there.
And some of them
Yeah.
are like wide, like they go out they go out
Mhm.
really wide. But they were always flat, right?
Yeah.
How is there a bone in there, right? Like I was like,
Well,
point.
I mean, it the way they picture it is that it comes up into his forearm. So really, if it was past your elbow,
Yeah.
there'd be
Yeah,
no
bend
way
it.
he could bend his
Yeah.
arm, but it
At
comes
least up to here.
up within his
Here.
forearm.
Yeah.
yeah, no,
So
but what I
it's
mean
gotta
is
be this long, the claw.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know.
that's got to be like the standard length, right? No, I agree with
Right.
you there, but like I'm talking about, like they look like knives. They look like flat knives coming
Yeah,
out.
but
of
I've
his-
seen them. I've seen them rounded. I've seen them rounded on some
I have
covers
too.
and stuff.
Few. It's like
Yeah.
changing Batman's ears.
Yeah,
There's always
right.
changes depending
I
on
mean,
different artists.
Kelly Jones way up
Yeah.
there, but some may just have little points. I mean,
Yeah.
it depends on the artist. I wish they
Yeah.
had a playbook that they kind of go by. On
I think
consistency.
typically though they were flat. Like I mean, if you go back and you look
Yeah.
at like John Byrne,
Yeah.
Jim Lee, Silvestri,
or
all-
Dave Cockrum, John Byrne.
Oh yeah.
yeah, even like Art Adams, Leafield, they all drew them flat, and they all
Or-
and they were angled at the top, like
Or
they
Barry
were
Windsor
like
Smith when he did.
yes,
I love
Yeah.
that.
Marvel
Yeah, that's great.
Comics Presents.
like here, I'll try to sketch it real quick, but like the at least during the 80s and 90s, for the most part, with the exception of a few people.
Tarks9
They
says I'm watching 3 streamers at once. Rum helping with the blur. Happy Saturday night. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's all right. I'm sitting here in the dark. Let me turn a light
That's
on. real quick.
multitasking.
Yeah, let's see your dark studio.
I don't have everything turned on because I just got
Oh, do
home.
you
Like I
not?
said, just
Oh,
got
right.
home from work.
Right.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah.
But for the most part,
Yeah.
during the 80s and 90s, I don't know, they were like
Mhm.
drawn like that,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
right? With that like angled edge at the top, and like
Right.
they were flat, and this was like, I don't know if I can do this here.
Yeah.
This is the
Everything's
blade.
opposite.
Yeah, this is the blade and stuff.
Mhm.
So, I mean, it was just like, and then all of a sudden he has bones. Like it just didn't
Right.
make any sense to me. Like,
Well, it didn't
and then,
make any
and then
sense
they
how
started
he-
drawing him like looking like an ape. Right? He like lost
Yeah.
his nose. He looked like Michael
Yeah.
Jackson meets the Bigfoot. Like I don't
Yeah.
know what the fuck
Right.
happened.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so I
makes
was
no
like,
sense.
yeah,
Well,
I was
makes
like, I'm
sense.
done.
I thought you were going to tell him to shove the paper up his ass. No, Biggs, you nuts.
I mean,
man.
what was your most? I mean, were you just done with comics altogether?
I kind of kept going with Batman a little bit until like until like 2002, and then I just kind of folded.
Right.
Like the stories just got shitty.
Mhm.
And then I had heard about, like there was rumblings of what would later become the New 52 a few years later. But there was like rumblings of like a big overhaul in DC, but it wasn't going to be. Yeah. So it was like, I was like, you know what? I just can't anymore. Like they're not writing anything cool. They're not hooking me, right? They're not hooking me anymore.
Yeah.
No, they're not. Until Comicsgate is here, and it's good stuff. So
Yeah, that's what kind of happened with me. Like, I mean, I kind of kept up to it because my buddy Al continued to read and collect, and like it'd be like like we'd be on the phone and hanging out or whatever, and I'd be like, oh, so what's going on, with Batman nowadays or X-Men nowadays? And so he'd fill me in or whatever, and
It really come at a time where they needed to make good stories because they were coming off of Image later in the 90s, and comics were kind of crashing out.
Yeah.
And then kind of slowly building back up, in the early 2000s, and probably around 2005, 2006, they were getting pretty good in some areas.
Yeah.
yeah. But by that time, like I said, I wasn't really even
Right.
I wasn't buying or reading, and then it wasn't until like I really saw it was funny because I felt a little out of place when I first like got into comics, like
Mhm.
introduced to Comicsgate, because at that time we got to remember there wasn't any creators. It was the consumer movement arguing against the big two, right?
Right.
And it was, I'm reading about what they're doing to these comics, and I'm like, I'm getting angry, but I'm like, I haven't collected in 14 years. Like, why am I getting so angry about this? But like, it was really bothering me, and like, and then I started seeing like the creators, and I was like, they started popping up, and I was like, well, let me. And honestly, it was what was the first one I backed? I think I backed 3 in the same week, and I think it was Jawbreakers and Cyberfrog, and the third one was,
So it's 2018, I guess, right?
at that point. But that was the first comic book I had bought, like,
Wow.
put money out. Those were the first comics I put money out since 2002.
Damn, that's crazy.
And
16
that was a premium, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
damn.
Do you remember the third title?
I'd have to go back into my Indiegogo, but it was either Brand or
I can't go all the way back.
Brand.
I
Yeah,
can't
Brand
go.
was out there.
I don't know why, Anthony. I can't go all the way back past 2020 maybe 2021 of May in Indiegogo. They cut off a whole bunch.
really.
That I
can
contributed.
still go back to my first thing I ever backed on Indiegogo was actually an album.
And
so I can actually
I don't
go
know
back.
why. I'm going to have to ask them about it. If you can help me out with that, I'd appreciate it, because I backed a book and the guy says, well, unless you can screenshot that for me and send it to me, I can't help you.
Right.
And I would like to get the book.
Right.
I don't plan to back him anymore if he's going to be that way, because I told him the date, my backer number, and I also, because I had it written down, and I also said that anyway, I need some help with that. If you know anything about how to ask.
Yeah, I'd have to see first, like, where you're looking.
Yeah.
And then
I'm just looking at my campaigns, and
I think there's a website, comicsgatenow.com, which have previous Comicsgate books still for sale. It's
right.
on,
No, but I think what he's saying is he wants to see his past backing so he can prove to the
I
guy.
can screenshot it and send it to him. Oh, I sent him to my friend because I thought I might have used his email, because I have used his email before, and I sent mine. He said neither one of those match up. Can't help you.
Oh.
I know I backed it. I wrote it down, unless it just didn't go through and didn't hit my bank. I thought it did, but.
Have you looked in, not my campaigns, but have you looked in my contributions?
I think that's where I looked all the way back, and it only goes back to like May of last year. And really? I backed like 10 books in one day when I first jumped in, because I had that Trump money, I guess, or was working, but I think some of that Trump money, and I backed, the second site, Wreck Planet, and some others. Death Shroud, I think, that kind of spawned one, and Oddity, which is getting ready to come out finally. Yeah, it started back in like November, or completed its campaign like in November of 2019, but it's getting there.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me.
Dark Knight has experience since I've been back in comics, back about 4 or 5 campaigns. Mainstream comics ruined it for me. So disappointed. I mean, telling off your fans and stuff like that, not good, but Comicsgate rules. You're right. You're right.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Dog money. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, the third one was either Brand or Earthworm Jim. Not Earthworm Jim. I'm sorry. Bigfoot Bill.
Bigfoot Bill. The Dixon April days.
Well, I was asked by, and this might be a little premature in the conversation, but by somebody that will remain nameless. His initials are POPS. POPS. Yes. He said, how's it feel to be the boss?
Oh, to me?
Yeah. I think he gives you a hard time, doesn't he?
Well, sometimes, but
Yeah.
what you call it? I'd have to say I don't necessarily. Oh, it doesn't feel like being a boss. I mean,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean. Like, so when I finally threw my hat in the ring, actually, I was lucky. I had met, early on, met Mandy Summers and Pete Gilmore and those guys, and Mandy let me. I remember I originally it was supposed to be just a variant cover, but then she had like 3 other variant covers, and I was like, "Well, do you want 4 variant covers?" Or I was like, "We can do like a little 10-page ash can or something like that," and she let me do it, not knowing shit about me except for what she knew off of Twitter and stuff
Was
like
that
that.
on her Wizard campaign? Her first.
That was the
one?
very first War the Wizard. Yeah, she had
Okay. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, she had two ash cans. One was a freebie, which was mine. When they hit 5,000, when they hit it was a stretch goal, and the other one was for sale right off the bat. I forget who did that one.
You need to write these things down.
Yeah, it would be a great idea. Yeah.
But
Hell Citizen 333. Hell, yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, Citizen, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
He's been making videos.
Yeah, he's a busy guy, man.
Yeah.
Good. But
yeah.
What you call it? So that was like my first foray, and then I did an art book that I put out through Lulu, and then Hunting Alice, which you have up now. That was like really my first like, all right, I'm going to do my own campaign. You know what I mean?
Let's check out your campaign, by the way. Select a perk. You got one of everything. You have cover A by yourself, Anthony Romano, Agent Verily trading card. Cover B by Vic King. There you go. Roulette Ash Can. Cover A Blacklight Wall Tapestry. And cover B Blacklight Wall Tapestry. Oh, yes. And you also have the digital PDF. The Roulette
So that's
Ash
your
Can.
cover right there.
Yeah, it is. That's a cool cover.
Yeah, that's the Ashcan cover was done by Jason Bascom of Unhinged Entertainment. Yeah.
There you go. There's a connection there.
Yeah, he likes doing those ash cans, doesn't he?
I love the ash cans. Those are awesome.
But it was originally fan art, and I said, "I want, can I pay you for this and use it as the ash can cover?" He says, "Just use it. If you do whatever you want with it." And I was like, "All right."
Well, that's nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about that?
Where's Vic's cover?
Okay, it's in that picture. You passed it. Yeah, but it's in that other one. That there it is.
That it?
That right there?
No, that's mine.
Okay. Is it
next one down?
Okay,
no,
next one down. Okay. Oh, this one. Below that one.
No, you keep passing it.
Right here.
Keep going. Keep going.
Up.
Keep going.
Right here.
There it is.
That it?
All right, now you're just fucking with me.
Shit. I know. Right here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this one. Nope, you're going up. Nope, too far.
So with your coloring, because you like black light poster, coloring. It looks like on these, it's almost the same. Is that on purpose?
Okay,
it's quite colorful.
All right, so if you scroll up to the next one, up.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Well, let me get back to my
Up
thing.
this way.
Up there.
Yeah. Okay. Right there. Stop.
There.
Yeah. Okay. Vic King variant cover.
No. So that's my cover, right? So I was coloring it initially, and I had this idea of what I wanted to get across, and it just wasn't coming across, right?
Yeah.
And then Matt Krotz hit me up and said, I'm going to take a stab at this. And he's like, if you like it, I'll send you we'll work out a deal and I'll send you the high res file. I said, all right. I mean, if you got the time to just do that, fucking go for it, whatever. And that's what he came up with. And the minute I saw it, I was like, what is it going to take for you to send me this, the TIFF file? So, so we worked out a deal and he sent it to me. And then I'm looking at it, and because I was going for this psychedelic look, right? And he took it one step further and took it into like this neon psychedelic.
Oh, wow.
And I looked at it and I said, all right, I have to make this a blacklight poster. That was my initial thing. I was like, I'm going to make this a blacklight poster. And I want to do the old school flocked with the felt And I couldn't find anybody who did it. I don't know who EVS used for the Salamandroid one. I could not find one company that
Greg.
did
I think it
flocking.
was Kyle Ritter, wasn't it?
He
Yeah,
was
I
the
didn't
colorist.
I have that poster here, but I haven't opened it up and don't intend
Regular
to.
Vitri,
And I didn't
hell.
even realize it was flocked till you told
Oh
me.
yeah. And I was like, I could not find a company that would do a flocked blacklight poster. But I kept running into this on every search. I went like 10 search pages deep. You know what I mean? On every search that I did. And I kept running like every other page on every search I did. The same company, Blacklight Tapestries. So finally I was like, I wonder if they're talking about like the old school like tapestry that you hung on your wall, right? Like, what do they talk about tapestries? And sure enough, that's what they were talking about. Like those old, like you had for your band. Like I remember as a kid, as a teenager, having like Led Zeppelin and Metallica tapestries and Pink Floyd tapestries on my ceiling.
I remember those. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what these were, and you can get any size you want. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do tapestries, right? And then when I got the proof and they were folded up so nicely that they could fit inside a comic baggie and fit right into a Gemini mailer, and like you just hang them up and the wrinkles come out, no creases, no poster with a crease, no extra,
wow.
Yeah.
no tube, no tube, no extra shipping materials or anything like that. I was like,
and it acts as cushion for your books.
Yeah, I was like, this is a no-brainer, right? So then, So then I had Vic's pencils and inks, and we got Billy Basco to do the colors for his. So I'm just waiting on Billy to do the colors, and finally he sends me the colors, and you get what you see there on the next one down, the Vic King cover, and he's got like these neon greens and reds and stuff, and I'm like, this is gonna look good as a blacklight poster too. So I just ordered a proof, and sure enough, fucking beautiful. Like there was no thought process. Like we weren't thinking about blacklight tapestries going into it. It was just, this is how it was drawn and colored, and it just worked out perfect.
Wow.
And it's funny. I think I see why we were off. Like I was looking at the perks. You were probably looking at the body of the.
I was looking at the body of the artwork, and I didn't see
I'm sorry.
perks.
Yeah, that okay. So if you're looking left, that's Vic's color. Yeah, that's Vic's cover. But if you look to the right, that's my cover. The blue and red. Right.
With
blue and red.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was Yeah. But if you look at Vic's, like so then we decided to do both, and
this one right here? That's an Ashcan, right?
That is my cover, and that little yellow.
That's Vic's, right?
No, that's the trading card that everybody gets.
Trading card.
Vic's is all the way over to the left, the big picture.
Right,
yeah, the Vic's is the big picture. Yeah, right.
He draws
there.
great boobies.
He does.
Vic King.
And so
This black wall tapper. It looks freaking great, man. Look at that.
Yeah,
$20
they look.
Who did your logo, Anthony? Did you do that? Like
which logo?
On the bottom.
The Hunting Alice.
The DG there.
The dark. DG?
Yeah.
Okay, so that one, I did. That's hand drawn and using font, but I've since made the D and the G look a little more professional, and it's not hand drawn anymore. But it's the same exact logo.
That's a nice little
when the books
feel
come
to it.
out, are you going to use the little cleaner one on the book?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't.
And the tapestries will have the cleaner one on them too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be great. That makes me want to do a Fembat tapestry. I got to get with you on that one.
Yeah, Fembat would actually
look really good.
The coloring,
Oh yeah.
of your costume, the yellow and everything.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah. All 3 books for $38. Pretty darn good deal. And tapestries for 2 for $40 both. Yeah. Oh yeah, you sold some original art. Congratulations.
Yeah, all the original art sold. Yeah.
There you go. Ooh, man, nice little foreshortening. You're going to shoot you. Reminds me of what's that chick on the X-Files?
Scully. Yeah.
Scully.
Yeah. She was definitely an inspiration for that.
That's
drawing.
cool. Wow. Roulette. Oh, Roulette's coming, huh? Is that another character you created?
Yeah. Well, if you know the backstory behind my writer, you kind of know where that name came from.
Ah.
My writer is Preston Poulter's ex-wife.
Oh yeah, her. What's her
Right.
name?
You
Yeah.
you were talking about that behind the scenes with us.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she's the
Yeah,
writer of Hunting Alice,
yeah,
right?
it's her story. Yeah.
Oh,
And you
that's
got a cover by
oh,
Jason Bascom
For roulette, yeah.
that's
for
freaking
Roulette.
great, man.
Okay.
Holy
Yeah,
mackerel.
you'll see it. It's coming down. Yeah, you'll see it. That's
There.
it right
Wow.
there.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's good.
Jason Bascom artwork. Yeah.
I think he's like his style is like a demented Sam Keith. That's how I like to phrase it.
That picture right there reminds me of
Yeah.
Aeon Flux. Like I,
Yeah.
I,
Oh,
I
that
just see,
too.
I
Yes,
just
you're
see
right.
Aeon
A,
Flux in that picture.
Yeah.
slutty.
Slutty roulette.
Yes.
Awesome.
With the red there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
No,
and,
no offense. No offense.
No. It's a
no,
story.
roulette's gonna be will be both are grayscale, but roulette will have the spot coloring, the red spot coloring. So
Nice.
Yeah, is that like Frank Miller? Or,
yeah, a little
thing?
tribute
Yeah.
to Frank Miller. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I see it. Yeah. So yeah, you got the
My only
story.
other option was to say Schindler's List, and that didn't sound right.
That's Schindler's List. So you got trauma victim therapist Dr. Devereaux. Red Roulette takes matters into her own hands when the perpetrators of her patients evade justice. Confiding in her bartender friend Sal Marini, she takes to the streets of Atlantic City, New Jersey at night, dishing out her brand of savage justice in the name of those that justice has failed. But is there more to Roulette than meets the eye? Well, found out in this book.
The premise for this is awesome, Anthony.
Yeah, I
It's
like
really
that.
great that she confides her best friend's like a bartender in the story, right?
Well, it's because it started off as a joke, right? Like
Yeah.
when we were working on Hunting Alice, we were like also thinking of a way to like how can she come out and be like tongue in cheek with like her history and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it started off as a joke, like because like there is an old like dad joke, like who does the therapist confide in when they need to talk to someone? The bartender, right?
Yeah.
So we joked around like, hey, one day we'll have to make this a sitcom, like Friends and Cheers type of thing, like meets Cheers type of thing, and so then I was like, why don't we not make it like why don't we not joke around about making it a sitcom and actually make it like a real like story and use that as like the hey, I know you guys know about my history and ha ha ha, I get the I get the jokes too, you know what I mean, like
yeah.
You know something about bartending.
Right, and that was the thing. She was a therapist. I'm a bartender, so like it kind of like was like funny, right? Like that was like the funny aspect of it. So without doing like full on self inserts, like like the Sal is not me. I mean, I gave him an Italian name because it's
Right.
from outside of Philly, but what you call it? Yeah, he's nothing like me at all.
You're never going to be short of ideas though, because a bartender hears it all from all types of people.
Oh, my
Oh
God.
yeah,
Lots of stories.
Yeah.
Wow.
oh yeah.
My wife left me, blah 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 blah, or
Yeah. There she is at the bar, all dressed to the nines, red.
Yeah,
Because he killed the guy in his blood there.
Yeah, so that's like the thing, right? Like, so regardless of whether she's out doing her vigilante shit or not, she's kind of got a bit of a gambling problem, and she always goes to the same casino and has a drink at the same bar, which is where Sal works, and then goes and plays at the same roulette table.
Nice.
So, like, there's going to be a lot of casino. Well, I mean, this is just a 12-page ashcan, so it's more like it's just an introduction to the characters, and then if we decide to move forward, we'll you'll see a lot of stuff happening at like the casinos. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah. And there's Sal right there shaking up a martini, perhaps.
Yep.
Yeah. So you have some good reference material at the bar. You can always draw us the bar and the stools and the chairs and the carpet and the ceilings and all that stuff. That's great.
Yeah, well, that's actually Harrah's, which is my favorite casino. So
Harrah's.
I kind of
Okay.
know it very well. Yeah.
Atlantic City. All right.
Although in the comic it's called Farrah's, because I don't want to get
Farrah's.
sued.
Right.
Now, Anthony, you said she takes. I know you've told us before. She takes care of people that have fell through the cracks through the legal system, right?
Right.
She's
So
kind of-
basically, like, she's a trauma therapist. So, rape victims, attempted murder, like domestic abuse type of situations. But the severe, the severe, right?
Mhm.
And if justice fails them, like if the guy gets off on a technicality or something, she goes and says, "All right, well, fuck that, I'll take care of it." And she does in like a very Electra Punisher type of way.
And then
Wow.
she goes to the bar and kind of
Unwinds.
kind of
Unwinds,
decompresses,
yeah.
right?
And
Unwinds.
Sal always notices like when it's a night that she's actually killed somebody as compared to another one, because the bloodier the night, the more low cut the dress.
Wow, yeah.
And maybe the smile on her face, like if someone's just made love and you've got that
Right.
grin on
Yeah,
your
she's
face.
got like that glow. Yeah, she has a
Yeah.
glow about her. Yeah.
Like everything's good in life. Yeah.
Right. When are you launching the Jukebox Jenny Origin campaign? It has to be a little joke there, right? I mean,
Okay, yeah. So my best friend Matt is if you've watched any of my open mics the last month, he's the guy playing hand drums. His birthday is the day before mine, and when we were kids, the tradition was we'd have like a sleepover birthday party, and we'd do cake at midnight. And then as we got older, it turned into shots at midnight, right? So
wow.
every year, even if we haven't seen each other for a month, we'll get together and just make sure we get together and have shots at midnight on our birthday. So this past year, I was like live streaming from the bar with him, and I went over to the jukebox, and there was this chick there, and she came back over and sat down with us, and we were just hanging out. And she was on stream talking about how she had just lost her husband 3 weeks earlier, and this whole thing, blah blah blah. And so I stopped live streaming, whatever. The bar's starting to close down. We're getting ready to leave. She gives me her number. I text her real quick, like, "Hey, it's Anthony," and I leave.
Oh wow.
And about an hour later, I drop Matt off. I get home, and it's like an hour and a half later, I'm sitting on my couch, and my phone rings, and it's her phone number. I'm like, "Oh, that was quick."
Yeah.
And I answer the phone, and there's a dude on the other end, and it's her husband.
Preston Poulter. Preston
No.
Poulter.
It's her husband. He did tell me his name. I don't remember what his name was, but I said, I'll be honest with you, dude. I was like, she
left me a number.
I was like, she's on my live stream talking about how you just died. So, I was like, if I had known you were alive, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Right.
And what you call it? So I was like, all right. And he was cool about it. He was like, nah, man. He's like, I appreciate that. And then hung up the phone, and yeah, that was that. But yeah, I didn't live that down for a little while. Like, that was like, my chat was like Jenny, who do I turn to? Is your birthday soon? Courtney, no. My birthday was in March 13th.
Oh, happy belated birthday. There you go.
Yeah, thank you.
Mine's on the 16th, so yeah. Posses and all that good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my buddy Matt's is on the 12th. And,
so is Matt Mo Biggs or?
No, Mo Biggs, but Mo Biggs
guy.
was, Mo Biggs was, has been, him.
There you go. With the docs
and Jack
in it.
Stafford.
I don't want the docs. I don't want docs either.
Yeah, Mo Biggs and Jack Stafford were, and Lion Ratton were having fun in my,
awesome tapestries. Wow. Damn, it makes me want to go smoke some dope. Look in there. Ah!
Oh, speaking of which, yeah.
Oh,
take a hit real quick.
okay. Yeah, there you go. Hey.
Yeah, they're beautiful, man. I love them.
Awesome. Look at that. Must be back in the 70s.
Yeah, so that's going to be and they look great. Even if you don't have a black light, you don't need a black light. They look beautiful even without them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that's like going to be my thing. Like everybody has their thing. Like every campaign I'm attached to is going to have at least one tapestry.
Tapestry. Hell
The
yeah.
one with the face, like right there,
Yeah.
it's almost like one of the old advertising posters for a hypnotist or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
A magician, you know, kind of
Yeah.
old style. That's the kind of vibe I get off of it.
That
Yeah,
is-
well, it's supposed to be a very I did draw from a lot of those old like 1950s, the 40s and 50s posters.
Is that the
yeah.
villain back there?
That's one of them. Yep.
Okay.
And the one in the middle is also somewhat of a villain, but
Yeah.
somewhat of a good guy. Yeah.
Is it Preston Poulter?
No.
Boy, you're pressing into that. Aren't you? You know, I was talking about that today. I showed or yesterday maybe, Fantastic Four, you know, and Doctor Doom's lording over these small Fantastic Four figures. You know, they always made the villain larger than life on the covers. You know, you don't see that much anymore.
Blessbot Armada. Okay. Higher tiers that can't be include Blessbot Armada. Okay. He's talking about this gun demon, I think. Hey. Okay. Let's go take a look at your trailer, shall we? Go on.
Yeah. And then I'll show you something else too when you're
You
done
live
with
in a
that.
trailer?
Yeah, with black lighting and stuff. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coolest trailer on the block.
Yeah.
We'll smoke some LSD later.
What happens when the X-Files meets the Silence of the Lambs? Agent Verily Wingate must locate her former mentor, a deranged serial killer believed to be dead but revealed to be incarcerated by the mysterious organization known only as Jabberwocky. Convinced he's the only one who can help track another serial killer hell-bent on hunting her down, this journey will take Verily down a rabbit hole of psychedelic terror. Dreamscapes, alternate realities, and past lives. She will encounter alternate versions of herself and those that she knows. Is she the real Verily? Are any of them?
Hell. That looks great, man. Oh, there's more shit.
And if you heard that last part where it says "smile on my face, blood on my hands,"
Wow.
I just did the reveal of the guy's face that's in the background of the cover. Because we're late, I'm sharing my screen. Because we're late,
You're giving some away.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go and share.
I'm giving another trading card, and this is Grinner. That's the
yeah. Look at
Which
him.
everybody says looks like you, Anthony.
Right. I agree with a couple other people. I think it looks more like Risey, but this is debatable, I guess.
Yeah.
Risey Lee. There you
Yeah.
go. I go Risey Lee. He's funny as hell.
Yeah.
Okay,
someone
can drop the link for your. Oh yeah, the link is just in the description there. Corey, I have the link for this, and maybe if some of the mods can drop a link in the chat, it'd be mighty awesome if you guys.
Yeah. So his name is Grinner, and he's the serial killer that's not only that she's tracking, but he's also hunting her.
Look at that!
Yeah.
When does the hunted become the prey?
You're right.
Right. Yeah. That's why the book is called Hunting Alice. Right. So
there you go.
But there's a whole other meaning to the title also, which I'm not gonna, that would just ruin the book. So
come on,
live
it.
But
so what do you have your hands in besides this?
So there's Lightbringer, which, like I mentioned earlier, we should be hopefully going to print. Obviously not on Mother's Day, but hopefully I'll have everything ready to go so that that Monday or Tuesday I can get the files off to the printer and get that book out the door. And that also has 2 tapestries as well. And then we have the sign up for Pariah Blood and Mud. I'll be publishing Doc's Pariah
Ooh.
Blood and Mud.
Yeah, that's
So
going
that-
to be a great book.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
And we
Thanks,
we're gonna
Mobex, for the link there, pal. Yeah.
thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
What you call it? We already know what the tapestry for that one's gonna be, and
DJ?
what you call it? We got a bunch of stuff for that, that we're working out. But currently we have Enter the Cromnyverse, which is a really cool anthology, where a bunch of people can get their IPs in the same book without having to like justify like continuity and how. So instead of interacting with each other, they interact with Crom, who interacts with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that's
In fact,
a
I'll
really
have
cool
it.
one.
Let me go and share screen. I have it up there. Let me go and do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yes. Why not? And thanks for everyone checking us out in the mighty chat. We wouldn't be a show without the chat. We love the chat. God bless the chat.
Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button.
Yes, absolutely. So we got the Enter the Cromnyverse. It needs only 24 days left for it to get to the 8,000 mark. It only has almost $2,500. Well, we need to boost this little baby up, don't we?
Yeah.
Let's check out the perks on this bad boy here. Cromnipotent.
Yeah, that's
It
basically
has-
the one of everything. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good, man. You get tapestry with that too, huh? An
Mhm.
ash can. Down Morse cover. You get some books with that, and 3 books with different covers, and a sketch card by yours truly, Anthony Romano.
Yeah,
then
it's actually
there's-
it's 4 books. I don't know why Daniel
books.
Monroe's. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know
he's
why
a-
that one's there. Yeah,
Well, at least it's in there.
yeah. I don't know
Awesome.
why it propagated that way.
The fan art contest. So the fan art contest Ashcan. I think the due date's the 10th of May this month.
Yeah, we'll probably extend it. I mean, like when I took over this campaign, I was like, you're giving me these deadlines that you established before I was involved, and so
Yeah.
there's going to be a lot of like transference of like communications between the artists and who they were communicating with prior and
Now,
myself.
you took over
so.
due to the prior person who was handling it got ill, right?
He got ill. I think his job hours. I believe he's gonna. He would probably correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe his job hours got changed, and that kind of got in the way also, because he'd be like working like midday to like late night, and then sleeping most of the day, and you know what I mean. Like so, like there was like it was hard to communicate with him, And then he got COVID at one point, and yeah, so.
This cover right here, I have the supervillain team up issue 10 or 12 as Captain America versus the Red Skull right here, and Dr. Doom's hands. They're standing on Dr. Doom's hands. I remember that cover.
Yeah, it's an homage. I forget the artist, but I do believe he. I do believe he puts it on there by like the signature. I thought he did.
That's the artist that does
might be in the
Dinosaur
book.
Man, right?
Yeah, that's Eric Hodson. Yeah,
Oh,
really cool dude. I've met him a couple of times briefly within
Nice
the last
haircut.
year.
That is cool.
And
He's got
just
a
because
mohawk,
of this,
doesn't he?
I've been. Yeah, well, he did. I don't know if he still does. The last
Oh.
time, a couple of times I saw him, his hair was. If he does, it was down. It wasn't sticking up. You know what I mean? What you call it? Yeah, I've gotten to like talk with him a little bit more with this, and really cool dude.
Nice Soto cover B. There you go. I'm about to get that one.
I love that one. The Edwin Badillo, the Iron Maiden Eddie.
Oh yeah, look at that. The head
homage. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Wow.
That's my favorite one. Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah.
And a black
Daniel.
light.
Yeah. We got. I got that hanging behind me now.
Oh, look there.
Is it Quiet Riot that has the skull-like character on their albums?
No, it's
No,
Iron
it's not.
Maiden.
Iron Maiden, yeah. Is
Yeah,
that the
Iron
reason
Maiden
you
has
like
Eddie.
that one? It kind of
Yeah.
reminiscent of that? Yeah.
Yeah. Daniel Monroe's painting his cover, So,
Oh,
and I
yeah, man.
believe he's going to be painting it live on Pops's channel the
Really?
next couple of days. I believe. You'd have to just double check with Pops on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what Pops told me. So,
Rich Parada sketch card. Nice.
yeah, we
Now
got a
for
couple of people
sketch
doing
card.
sketch cards. Yeah, you got
Yeah.
Allison McGlone. She's doing 3.
Oh, great.
Rich, I think, is doing 5.
Yeah.
Should say that.
5.
Yeah,
There he is.
5. Tank
then
Ferret
Tank
is
Ferret.
doing 5. Yeah.
Our buddy there. Yeah. Cool.
But is he really? He may be extending that, right? I mean, everybody seems to be extending their page count a little bit.
Yeah, I think so too. Once you reach a goal, I guess.
Well, he's doing 5 sketch cards. As far as his pages in his book, a lot of people have been extending their stories. So.
Yeah, he told me 12 on his story.
Yeah,
and he also did the back. He did the back cover to this too, didn't he? On one of the books.
Yeah. It's good. The one drawing he did,
where they're snowboarding.
Yeah, which he still has to give me the high res file on that. But yeah, we're gonna probably do like more of like an inset on that, so we can do like a little blurb on the back of the book also without covering the art. So yeah. Third stage madness.
I have no clue what the other love salvos are.
Now you were on Pops's channel earlier today, weren't you, Anthony?
No, I was at work all day. I couldn't make it. That's why I was hoping he could push it till like tomorrow night, but I don't think is he doing anything tomorrow for CromCon, or I don't even know. He usually does.
Well, no, I don't think so, because I know they're doing the drawing, and then I have a show on his channel now, the show offs with Texas
Dave
Houston,
yeah,
and we show different collectibles. We're gonna do tomorrow.
Cool.
We're gonna do a tribute to Neil Adams, and I've already
I did one last night on my stream. You check out my live stream video if you have time to do that. So yeah, I just did just right off the cuff. I had to do it. He's one of my influences in comic book art. Yeah,
those sound awesome, Courtney.
It is. Iron Man slip-on Vans. I gotta check that out. That's cool.
I have yet to find my little drawing done by the artist. Anthony, I'm sorry, but once I do, I will hang it up on the wall just for you.
Awesome.
Man, it's got,
I was very upset when you told me you had that and like it wasn't already hanging up. I was like, dude.
Yeah, I just didn't give it much thought. In fact, that drawing was probably given to me.
Wow.
Right.
Retail bundle. Jim O'Reilly.
I mean, if I had a bunch of money invested in it, I would definitely, treat it a little bit better.
Hand-painted chrome sneakers. Oh, that's ought to be cool. Very 50.
Yeah, those are cool. Right. I thought the guy was supposed to be painting them live on stream too, but I don't know what happened with that. But he was supposed to be painting a pair for Pops.
I mean, the crocheted crumbs sold out so quickly, and I've tried to, tell Pops, you really need to get with her and have her make 5 more, 10 more, whatever, because they sold out so quickly.
Hell, they sell, man. Hell yeah, they do.
Yeah, I would say I would like her to do 5 more. I don't know her that well, so like I mentioned it. I don't. I didn't get a response. I don't know if she didn't see it or what have you. But Pops should get on that because Pops knows her really well.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I know some of the crochetist can be really quick with stuff like that.
Yeah.
And people that generally crochet, they do it because they like it.
Yeah.
It takes the stress off, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Ryan, right? So this was the gentleman who was originally running the campaign. So he's still a part of it. He couldn't he couldn't.
Who's that now?
Ryan, I always mess up his last name. Nislinger, I think is how you pronounce his last name. It would have been down lower. Yeah, if you kept going, you would have seen his name.
Okay. And Doc Blaylock stuff, yeah.
Doc Blaylock, yeah. Oh, Ryan
Niswinder.
Niswinder. Niswinder. Calm stay in. Crom is taking a break from messing with people in their own universe. Today, Crom is messing with people from the comfort of his own pocket dimension inside a comic book long box floating deep in outer space. Crom watches everything from his stack of TVs and old computer monitors and interferes when it amuses him. You never know who Crom is watching or what he will do.
Yeah.
Hatch trolled. Wow, let's look.
Yeah.
Man, look at this dude. Wow.
Yeah, that's what's his face? Glenn Fleming.
Yeah, from
Oh,
the
Glenn's
UK.
work. Yeah.
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 And
The
he's
Jack
got a
Kirby
great,
guy.
yeah, Jack Kirby. I mean, interviewed him at his house a couple times, put it
That's
on
great.
DVD,
That
got a
was great.
hardback book. He's on
That's
Indiegogo now. If you
Yeah.
don't back that one, you don't like comics. That's kind of like saying you're not black if you don't vote for me.
Yeah.
You know, that
Both
I can't
shining.
believe that one hasn't just shot up there. You know?
Right?
So yeah,
I like this
that actually sold the Jim O'Reilly pencil and ink set. That's
I bet it
the
did.
that's
Are you
the
guys
pro-
gonna have a trading card of this?
no, it was a print. It's a postcard size print that if you signed up for the email list and backed, you'll get
Jim Steranko homage. Hulk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at that.
the Hulk.
I have that book, by the way. Oh, I
Yeah,
bought
I
it
do
for
too.
$3.99. The cover was almost off of it. I'm sure it's worth a lot more now.
Yeah. I'd like to get more original art on there, but a lot of these guys work digitally.
Yeah.
So,
Well, what about cards? I mean, you
I
know,
want that-
give me
that
I would have
cards.
liked to have done cards off the bat.
Yeah.
I still may.
Well, what I
As of now, it's it was voted on that it would be a stretch goal. But I'm
Okay.
like, I
Well,
would just rather do the
just for
card.
future things, I plan to do this. You know, have blanks, public. You know, like Peter Samedi did for Alterna,
Yeah.
with like Dark Gift comics on there that the artist can use. You know, to do the sketch things on, and your brandings on it. It would be a great thing to do on every.
Yeah,
campaign.
that would have been cool to do, but like, you know, obviously the sketch cards.
Oh, look at there.
That's Crometta. There's
Red
Shay.
Valkyrie.
That's
Yeah.
the beginning of Shay Hulk, by the way.
But
I coined the name for her.
Yeah, she can't hide
But,
that tattoo, can she?
Yeah.
what you call it? Yeah, that would have been cool to do. Like if I had been involved from the beginning and was able to organize that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, for yours, like Hunting Alice or something, you know, I mean, just have some blanks. And I know cards like that, you can generally get something printed up about 500 for like, or you used to for about $10. They're
Yeah.
depending on the
No,
stock, you know, like a
I would do
business
that.
card.
But
So-
as far as like an actual
That's a
trading
little-
card,
Yeah.
I'd like to at least just. I like to throw one in. You know what I mean? Just throw one in. But
Yeah.
they wanted to make it a stretch goal, so I might change that. Though.
You know, with something like that, you could do like a little remark. It wouldn't even necessarily have to be a full drawing, just a remark, you know, signed. Collectors
No,
would
but
love that.
I'm just talking about like as far as because we have a set of 3 trading cards ready to go if we hit a stretch goal.
Yeah.
Doc's doing one. Is it Allison? No,
I'm just saying from here going
Daphne.
forward, you know,
Daphne
with your other campaigns.
Oh, as far as sketch cards go, yeah, I would do something like that. But
Yeah,
I'm
a
talking
blank
like,
is nothing to have made
Yeah.
up. I mean, and printed up, you know.
yeah.
And it's good branding for your company.
Yeah, so I think it's Doc, Daphne, and Vic are doing a set of 3 trading cards. I'd like to take one and make it like a freebie, and then do the other 2 as a stretch goal. You know, maybe do something like where on the back
I know, like on Absolute, Jason Bascom's, you know, he was like, well, you get certain cards the higher you back, you know, then you'll get certain cards, and if you don't back at a certain level, then you won't get those limited cards, you know.
Right. As a troll, I was disappointed that this anthology book about a troll didn't feature a 1-page story from Jabba. I mean,
Right?
it could have, but Jabba's too big for us now. You know, he's a
Yes, no. He's a
comic
creator.
he's a comic phenom now. You know,
He's a one-page guy. There you go.
Yeah,
Let's play
so-
that trailer.
Let's play that wonderful bean footage. Absolutely. Let's do it.
Mean footage.
Let me go ahead and I've already shared. So yeah, here we go.
Hey, Lorenzo.
Hey, Lorenzo.
That's what the new logo looks like. See the D
Oh,
and the G?
I love it. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Lorenzo.
The Comics Related Madness presents Enter the Cromniverse, an anthology featuring a little green dude with a bear.
Yeah, listen, it's me, Crown, the world's first real-life internet troll. So there's a whole gang of creators making an anthology starring yours truly. We're talking 15 creators, 13 stories, another 8 folks creating merchandise, all for your entertainment. Indiegogo is the place you want to go to back this glorious project. This anthology features my lovable self crossing over in today's best independent comic books and graphic novels, causing chaos everywhere I go. In addition, we're going to be offering custom painted shoes, black light tapestries, sketch cards, alternate covers, adorable crocheted mini-me's, original art, and sculptures.
Anyway, back it today, only on Indiegogo.
I think Shadowhawk Backs bought that pit sculpture, didn't he? Like on an
He did. We put that up as a sample because obviously Jim hasn't done the Crom one yet, but which is a sample of his work, how detailed it is. And yeah, I think it was Don Chin's auction. He bought that and got that.
Yeah.
Hey, Pops. Thanks for coming in. All right.
Hey, Pops.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, the chains, the chains on pit are always the hardest to draw or to
God.
sculpt, because they're all uniform. He did an awesome job on that.
You did.
Yeah, it was well worth what, Shadowhawk bought it for because it's a one-of-a-kind item. And he
Yeah,
said,
it is.
it took me about a day, about 8 hours to do.
Oh,
It looked
wow.
awesome.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
8 hours for a sculpture. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd take me a lot longer than that.
I'd be rubbing elbows with him. Said, could you
doubt.
kind
Make
of
me a
do something for
sculpture?
this?
My character?
This is
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
a different campaign, though, isn't it, Anthony? Because no one's really getting paid. They're donating their time and their talent, aren't they?
Pop
yes.
says,
Yes.
yeah.
It's a way for everybody to promote their stuff. And if it's something that, can be accomplished, could be something that Pops could use as like another tool for promoting up and coming creators, in the future. So,
Yeah, so Snake has been painting the shoes live, Anthony. And if the people demand, then we will ask Cindy for more crochets. Yeah.
I didn't see him painting it, but I've been working, so my bad.
Cool.
Yeah.
Pitt's face is the most difficult to draw because it's structured differently depending on which direction he's facing. Yeah, good point. He doesn't have a nose. Yeah, it's okay. Sometimes people call me Apex. I kind of act like a monkey sometimes, so that's okay. So anyway, man, it looks like a fantastic campaign. Back to Cromniverse, back hunting Alice. What other? You said there's another campaign coming up. I forget.
Pariah. Yeah,
Pariah.
That's in sign up. Yeah, Pariah, Blood and Mud.
So if any one of the mods would go ahead and put that in the chat, it'd be most awesome.
He said he didn't mean to call you ape.
I
was a
don't
typo.
care. That's fine. Yeah.
I've never
typo.
seen ape in Apex, really.
Apex. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll just call you Lance. For Lance
yeah.
Light,
That's
Secret
Lot Link.
Champ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
What's
he's
it?
in-
AR-15 orangutan. We
Oh,
talking
yeah.
Ape X.
We
Oh, there
we
you go.
did a excuse me. We did a
That's
drawn crawl stream last year. A bunch of us. We would spend about a half hour on each person's channel and like just send the chat to the next channel. And the whole thing was we were all drawing our own versions of AR. And
Wow, that's cool.
by the time you got to the last channel, you finished up. Yeah. And actually, I gave mine to Mo Biggs because Mo Biggs liked it. So I sent
man.
it to him. Yeah.
I'd love to see an AR-15 comic someday. That'd be the thing.
Now, did
I
you
think
have a trailer with your other
Yeah,
campaign?
you have one?
Was there one on Hunting Alice?
We played that one.
We have
Yeah.
played
Okay.
it. Yeah, yeah.
The only
Where
one
was
that
I?
we didn't. Yeah, the only ones that we didn't play were. Hold on. I could probably pull it up.
He's got so many
Yeah,
campaigns.
okay.
He's like,
Yeah, go ahead. I'll share it for you.
You're a busy
Yeah.
man, Anthony.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
good to stay busy. Keeps you young. There you go.
What's your we talked about before what you didn't like to make as a bartender. What is your favorite drink to make for people? Something pretty easy.
Pour a beer. No, I'm kidding.
It's so hard.
A mix.
No,
Come on, man.
I would say I make a pretty badass margarita. Yeah.
Okay. You put salt around the edge and everything.
Well, I try to avoid that if possible. That's a pain in the ass. But if people ask for it,
Okay.
I'll do it. But
I
if
thought
not,
that's the only way they drank them.
if they just say a margarita, I just make it without the salt. If they say margarita with salt,
Then you
All right,
curse them out and give it to them anyway.
Okay, let me see. I had to like find. Here it is. Okay.
Dan Monroe, yeah.
Yeah, Downrow says story will be done by Sunday, and he is starting on the cover this week. We'll be broadcasting it. Well, great. We'll be looking forward to it. If you haven't already, subscribe to Comic Talk with Pops Van Dat. He's got a great channel there. You did not say Wabo Rita.
Yeah, and check us out tomorrow on the show offs. And
Yes,
before
the
that,
show-offs.
they draw for a couple hours. So
what you call it? Dan Monroe. I saw that. Hold on, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no, he sent an email, and I haven't opened it because I was at work. But I do know. I did mention earlier that he's supposed to be starting to paint the cover this week on your stream.
now, is that like acrylics? How does he? Is he doing a watercolor or what?
Things are getting worse by the day in Pharaoh City, with Valkyrie Mart crushing all in its path. Carter Granholm is one of the last rays of hope in this pit of despair as his enemies surround and plot against him. But a new hero will rise in Pharaoh City, one to become a beacon of light and beat back the darkness. Lightbringer Genesis, Volume 1, written by Liz Scocho and illustrated by Vic King, published by Dark Give Comics. Sign up today, only on Indiegogo. That was
Hell
the sign up
yeah, everybody sign up for this badass book.
No, I played I played the sign up trailer that we're actually in demand and getting ready to fulfill. We had a different trailer, but it's basically you get the gist. You get the gist of that one. And let me play Pariah's one.
Remove that one.
Captain Cockney Spock says if there is no salt around the edge, you ain't making a margarita.
Oh.
Well, if you want salt, I will make it with salt for you.
There you go. Couple of tequila. Okay, is it tequila? Is that Sammy Hagar brand? Yeah, it's this
Cabo Wabo, yeah.
That's his resort in Mexico, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, tequila in one hand and heavy metal on the TV.
There you go. Oh, shit. Okay, add to stream. Here we go. Which one?
It opens with Hagar.
Uh-oh, did I forget to unshare?
That it?
No.
Okay, this one?
Yeah, let me remove that one. Yeah, I didn't know I had to do that myself. Yeah, that.
From Christopher Doc Blaylock comes a tale of supernatural revenge. witnessing a brutal murder by a Russian mob boss, Elizabeth Payne is hunted down, beaten, assaulted, and left for dead. What they didn't know is that Elizabeth is descended from a centuries-old lineage of powerful witches. And she's back now. She does not want justice. Revenge is not enough. It's blood she's after, and there's no depth to which she won't sink, and no price she will not pay to get it.
Revenge, the sweetest morsel to the mouth that ever was cooked in hell.
From Throwback Studios. Published by Dark Gift Comics. Pariah, Blood and Mud. Sign up today, only on Indiegogo.
Hell yeah. Woohoo! So check it out. Sign up for that page. If mods in the chat, please put the link in the chat, if you would, please. That sounds like a great, great campaign. I'm intrigued. Like, I want to go ahead and buy it.
Yeah, I mean, that one's gonna melt your face off. Like,
You have another one? Oh, okay. That one.
Yeah, he actually secretly shared the ending of the story with me, Anthony, and it's going to be. Yes, he did. Well, I mean,
spoiler alert.
You know, he's working with me. He's doing a story. In fact, I just finished drawing, thumbnailing out the story that he's going to be doing in my book, my anthology. So, yeah,
Nice.
he just secretly, So.
Yeah, it's gonna melt your face off.
Yeah.
Here we have here Doc Black's Pariah, Blood and Mud. There's a link right there. Check it out. Sign up.
Oh, there's plenty I don't know about it, but yeah. It's going to be a great project. You need to back it.
We're looking into, because Elizabeth wears a pendant on her choker. It's a leaf on fire. And we're looking into, and there's a significant meaning behind it. Doc's explained it before, but he can explain it better than I can. But we're looking into making the pendant where it can be used as a keychain, or if you want to wear it, like, if you're a girl and you want to actually wear it.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, it's multi-purpose.
Yeah. So yeah, that's cool.
That won't be launching till like later summer, right?
As of right now, we're talking about maybe late summer. He wants to have the book done, so really it comes down to when he gets the book done. So it could be late summer, or it could be end of the year, beginning of next year. When he's happy with it, we'll launch it. First appearances: TG, Tank, Allison's, Doc's, possibly yours.
Now, is that going to be black and white, or is it going to be colorized?
Which one? Pariah?
Pariah. Mm-hmm.
Black and white. Yeah.
Okay.
It's fitting for a black and white book. Yeah.
Because I know he's kind of been fooling around with digital coloring himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's going with black and white, I believe.
Yeah. That's a good
unless
choice.
Unless he changed, because we ran numbers on black and white, so he'd have to let me know if he's changing.
I don't think he is. I was just wondering. Yeah.
Because he's been switching up his inking style and kind of dipping into, because he's a fine art, he's a painter.
Yeah.
He's a fine artist. So he's been like tapping into that part of his talent and applying it to his inking, and the pages they're just like, they were great before, but they're like a million times better. So the wash and the blacks are just they're looking gorgeous. So
wow, that's something to check out, man. Well, these are just 3 great projects gonna be on Indiegogo. I mean, you're pretty much almost all over the place, huh?
Yeah. I went from just putting out my own book to I get an email from Iron Liz Scochill of Channel Awesome fame, from a blast from the past from like 10 years ago.
Oh, that's cool.
Can I get your autograph, Mr. Lee?
Yeah, right.
I mean, you're like Stan Lee,
Yeah. There you go. Stan Lee.
Doc asked me. Yeah.
Well, I don't.
Yeah. So no. I mean, like, you know, Doc asked me to do his book, and then now with Crumb, and it's just like, yeah, man, like,
It's
you know,
trickling
and
in. Yeah.
if things, you know, if we're getting close with Crom, you know, we're getting down to the last 24 days, I think we got left. So, you know,
Yeah.
if things don't get there, we'll retool and get it. I'm not gonna, you know, let these creators put their time and effort into these pages for nothing. We'll give it another shot, you know. But I'd like to see it just hit the mark
Right.
right
Let's
off the
see if
bat.
we've
Yeah.
earned anything on here yet. Nope. I haven't really earned anything, but yeah, go ahead and check it out, guys. Back to this amazing Cromniverse, enter the Cromniverse, and also Hunting Alice. Great projects. Sign up for Pariah. Oh, by the way, before I go, I like to play my Fembat trailer.
Pops.
Yeah, that's it. It's trying to actually finish this campaign setup plus the pre-launch. Man, it's a lot of work. My problem is with the mailing list. I'm trying to get the video on a URL YouTube. It's on Drop. It's on a Dropbox right now. You know how to alter it into a YouTube URL link?
Yeah. What you want to do is you want to upload it like a normal uploaded video, but make it unlisted. Well, you don't have to make it unlisted. You can make it public if you want.
Right.
And then just, you know, in your browser, in your address bar, just copy or, you know, hit share.
Okay.
Once it's uploaded to YouTube, you either hit share and copy the link, or just click, you know, copy the address out of your address bar, and then just enter the URL into the space on the, you know, campaign builder page.
Oh, okay. I'll try that. I hope that works. So we'll see how that goes.
That's not true, Pops. It'll still have my first appearance.
Coming soon to Indiegogo. God, sometime even this summer. God, it keeps going back and back. I've been busy with other things and get things done. You know how it is. Damn. Just
Yeah, man. Do it when you're ready,
Right.
baby. Like that was the one mistake I made. I didn't have the book completed. With Hunting Alice. The other mistake I made was thinking I was going to be out of work forever, and
that's true.
And thinking I was going to have all summer last year to sit down and just sit on my ass and draw. But then I went back to work full time, and that was probably a mistake on my part too.
There's a lot of things you don't take into account because you're not experienced. You know, maybe your second or third campaign.
Yeah.
You know, just with my little Ashcan book, there's been a lot to set up. Like, and you got to get on it early. Like, you know, Pedro did that film bat for Apex, and he did mine too. Let's show that one.
Let's do that to the stream. Yes, let's go in and see this trailer.
Oop.
Hear your sound?
Didn't play.
It's not
there we go.
Yeah, click on your widescreen. There you go.
Yeah. I think I stopped it somehow.
That's just accident.
There we go.
Very cool.
That looks
well,
great.
I messed that up, but there you are.
That's okay,
Yeah.
man. That's fine.
Well, Pops, it should still have at least mine and Doc's first appearance of the characters.
Yeah, at least that. Hey,
You know,
back
We'll
all
see.
these books. Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
back
Yeah.
them all.
But definitely go back it now. Fuck that. I don't want to have to
Back
relaunch
it
it
now.
now. But what you call it? Yeah, back that now. Get on Lightbringer and Hunting Alice, because once we go to print, we're going to close those down. So those are in demand right now. But stop off at Cromnyverse first, and then work your way over to the other two. And if you, what you call it, the best way to find all these books in one spot is go to darkgiftcomics.com. And if you go to darkgiftcomics.com, you'll go through all the different imprints and see links to all these books, So.
Absolutely. Heck yeah. Hell yeah. All right. So, everyone, thanks to the chat. We wouldn't be a show without you guys. I'll thank each and every one of you.
Hail the chat.
Hail to the chat.
Thank you, Anthony, for coming in
Thank
so
you,
tired
Anthony,
after work.
So,
Yes, I was surprised I lasted so long. I was like, I'll probably just go on for like a half hour,
Courtney,
45 minutes,
Noah
and then
Biggs,
go to bed. But
Lorenzo, of course. Another monster. Yes, you guys are great. Have I missed anybody? No.
Another monster. I subscribed to your channel.
I did too. I'm going to make sure I'm subscribed there as well.
You want to put the link in there again?
Parks
Go ahead.
9, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, put the link in again because I missed it. So this way
Yeah.
I can subscribe too. Yeah.
That's right.
Now it's got content up there. It was actually Apex that said, on this show, I want to see at least 2 videos by next week. So I had 6 for him.
That's good. A little fire under your ass goes a long way.
That's right. And I've taken off since then.
It's true.
So.
That's right.
True.
Been
All
doing
right,
it for
everyone.
4 months. Can you believe that?
Man. You have a show like every day, don't you? 4 o'clock. The 4 o'clock shadow on
4
Devil
o'clock
Flyer's
shadow.
channel.
Yeah. Central time. So 5 Eastern.
Eastern and 2 o'clock Pacific. Yeah.
May not be the most convenient time, but
At least you'll catch it on rewind if you don't catch it.
Yeah, you can catch it on rewind. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got lots of content up, lots of content. And I have
Hail my Biggs.
I have Good Stuff. He's editing for me right now. He's going to make a opener for me and be taking some of my best things, original art, collectibles, toys, you name it, and making like best of videos that I can download for extra content.
That's great.
Yeah, I feel bad. It's been a few weeks since he sent me the stuff, but like there was that song his daughter sang for somebody's campaign, I think.
Really?
It was like a cover, but like they used different lyrics, but it was like a familiar song. And I got to download each part because I told him I would master it for him.
Yeah, it was a familiar song with different words, right?
Yeah, I can't think of what it is now off the top of my head because
I
so
can't
exhausted,
either, and I watched the video, I think.
But yeah, I'm gonna remaster it so that the audio sounds better on it because she's got a great voice, and like sometimes it gets drowned out by the music and or sounds a little flat. Like she did something with Pops on the Freedom track. I remixed that for them and I remixed it and mastered it down and like gave her like echo effects on her voice on certain parts, and yeah, it came out really good. But cool. Yeah, I got to get to bed. So I want to thank you guys for letting me come hang out for a little bit. Yeah.
Thanks to the chat. Thanks for everybody watching and watching on Rewind. So until next time, next week, we're going to have, Phoenix Press is coming on May the 8th, which is a Mother's Day. So it'll be like a pre-Mother's Day show. So catch you next week. Until next time, guys, ciao for now.
Ciao. Have a good one.
Thanks, Anthony.